This is the Masking Handbook for Audiometry. In this video we're looking at effective versus active masking. Let's consider a subject who has really great hearing. If we introduce a pure tone signal into the right ear at 1000 Hz with an intensity level of 35 dB HL, this subject will easily be able to detect the tone. We can even characterize or describe this as a 35 dB sensation level signal. Sensation level refers to the intensity level that a signal exceeds a person's hearing threshold. So a 35 dB HL tone is definitely audible. If we introduce 45 dB of 1000 Hz narrowband noise into this ear, the noise will cover up the 35 dB tone, and the subject will no longer be able to hear it. We would have masked the 35 dB tone. Audiometer masking noises are calibrated in terms of EML, or effective masking level. In this case, we've delivered 45 dB EML of narrowband noise into the right ear at 1000 Hz. The effective part in EML is defined as the dB HL that a test signal gets pushed up to when the masking noise is present. A masking noise of 45 dB EML should change a hearing threshold of something like a pure tone up to 45 dB HL. If we now increase the tone's intensity in steps, the subject will eventually be able to hear it again. They should start hearing it at 45 dB HL. At this level, with the 45 dB effective masking of narrowband noise in the ear, they should be able to detect the tone 50% of the time. With this masker present at this level, then, the new masked threshold would be 45 dB HL. Let's again increase the masking noise, this time to 70 dB effective masking level. They won't be able to hear the tone any longer. It will be fully masked in that ear. If we again bring the tone up, this time to 70 dB HL, they'll be able to hear it again 50% of the time. So the effective masking level of masking noise is calibrated in terms of 0 dB HL. They will mask tones that are below the effective masking level, but will not mask tones that are equal to or above the EML. When a signal and an EML are at the same level, the signal will be detected 50% of the time. Let's now take a subject who has some rather significant hearing loss present in both ears. The right ear threshold at 1000 Hz is 60 dB HL. We'll deliver 45 dB of effective masking into the right ear. In this case, the masking noise is below the hearing threshold by 15 dB. Even though we're delivering a 45 dB EML signal into the ear, it will not produce a shift in the threshold because it is below threshold. In this situation, it has no active masking effects. We could characterize it mathematically and say it has minus 15 dB active masking level. If we increased the 1000 Hz narrowband noise up to 60 dB EML, it would still not shift the threshold. The tone would still be detectable 50% of the time. In this case, it has 0 dB AML. If we increase the masking noise another 15 dB, we're up to 75 dB effective masking level. The tone is now effectively masked. The first 60 dB of the effective masking level had 0 active masking effects. When we increased 15 dB above that, then we created active masking. In this case, it was a 15 dB active masking effect, or a 15 dB active masking level, AML. Now, with 75 dB effective masking introduced into the right ear, the threshold of the tone increases up to 75 dB HL. At this level, it's detectable 50% of the time. But we could say that of the 75 dB of effective masking delivered to the ear, 60 dB was a compensation amount to accommodate for the hearing level, while 15 dB was the actual active masking. This is the Masking Handbook for Audiometry. If you liked this video, you'll love the handbook. For more resources on masking and to learn how to purchase the book, check out maskinghandbook.com.